What if I told you right now, sitting in an old jar, a dusty drawer, or maybe even in your car's cup holder, there could be a coin worth more than your entire savings account? This isn't a dream, it's real, it's hidden, and it's happening right here in the United States today. These are not your ordinary pennies. These are the ultra-rare Lincoln Wheat Pennies coins, so mysterious and so few in number that when one appears, collectors from around the world hold their breath and wallets shake. In this video, we're uncovering the top 6 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln Wheat Pennies still hiding in plain sight in America's pockets and collections. Every single one of these coins has a story that feels almost unreal. Stories of accidents in the mint, strange metal compositions, mysterious shades and golden tones, and unexpected survival through a century of circulation. And if you think these coins are just old metal, you're about to discover why experts call them the hidden treasures of the modern age. So stay with me till the end, because each second you watch might uncover the very coin that could make you the next overnight legend in coin history. Welcome to Hidden U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, where every penny tells a fortune. First, Coin 1. The year 1920 was a turning point for America. The Jazz Age began, flappers filled the streets, and a nation freshly out of war was roaring into a new decade. But in the heart of Philadelphia, behind the thick walls of the United States, mint, something extraordinary was born. A coin so humble in appearance, yet so mesmerizing in its survival. The 1920 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, a coin that would later become a legend among numismatists. Imagine the rhythmic pounding of the coin presses, the air thick with metallic dust, and the endless copper planchets clinking together. Out of those millions struck, only a whisper of them carried that radiant golden brown glow, a tone so naturally unique that even veteran graders pause when they see it under magnification. That delicate hue isn't paint, it's time itself, decades of oxidation, preserved in near-perfect harmony, transforming the coin into something beyond money, into art. This 1920 cent holds more than Abraham Lincoln's solemn profile. It carries the fingerprints of an era. Made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, it tells a silent story of a post-war America eager to rebuild. But unlike the countless billions that would come later, this one stands out for one reason: its purity, its untouched condition, and its survival. Most of the pennies from that era were melted, corroded, or worn into anonymity through decades of circulation. But the rarest survivors, those struck with perfect alignment, sharp rim edges, and that golden luster, became a collector's obsession. This exact coin, without a mint mark, came from Philadelphia, the mint that didn't bother to stamp its signature. That absence itself adds mystery. As though the mint left behind a silent treasure, unsigned, unclaimed, waiting for you to find it. Now here's where the suspense tightens. Every serious coin expert knows the 1920 no mint mark wheat penny has variations, but only a few with that deep golden patina, smooth surface, and fine strike have been authenticated at the highest grade. Those few pieces, when they surface, shake the collector markets. Auctions pause. Bidders whisper. Eyes widen. Because when one appears, it doesn't just sell, it erupts. The rarity of this coin in fine condition is staggering. Even in a moderate grade, it's respected. But when you see it gleam without scratches, crisp wheat stalks, and that stunning golden hue, you realize you're holding something almost mythic. Collectors have been known to fly across the country just to inspect one in person. And when one does come to market, brace yourself. Recent verified private sales and top-tier auctions have confirmed that a 1920 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark, in fine condition with that signature golden tone, commands a jaw-dropping $233,000. That's right, a single penny, the size of your thumbnail, valued like a miniature treasure chest. Its price has surged year after year, and market analysts predict it is only the beginning. The demand is heating up, the supply is nearly non-existent. The smart collectors are not selling, they are holding, knowing this coin is destined to become even rarer as time passes. Let that sink in. $233,000 and climbing. This isn't hype. This is the pulse of the market right now. The value charts tell the story. A steep, unstoppable climb. If you ever come across this coin, you are not just lucky you are standing on a gold mine in copper form. So what makes it so magnetic to collectors? It is the perfect trifecta: age, rarity, and beauty. The 1920 penny bridges two worlds: the pre-Great Depression era, and the rise of modern minting. Its texture tells you it is old, yet its details whisper that it is timeless. The color, that deep golden shade, has become the visual signature of authenticity, a look so distinct that once you have seen it, you never forget it. For collectors looking to identify one, examine the reverse wheat stalks under angled light. The sharp lines should stand like blades of history. The obverse portrait of Lincoln should hold clear definition around the jaw and collar, not blurred or flattened. And if your coin radiates that subtle golden glow, stop right there. Get it graded immediately. It could change your life. And here's my collector's tip for this masterpiece. Never clean it. Never polish it. The very layer of oxidation you might mistake for dirt is its soul. Wipe it away and you erase history. Store it in a dry capsule, control humidity, and if you can, get it certified by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. Certification alone could add tens of thousands to its potential resale value. Now, for those of you who are new to the world of coin hunting, understand this. The treasure is real. Every week, more people are finding rare coins in estate boxes, in pocket change, and even in inherited jars passed down from grandparents. You could be one of them. You could be holding a 1920 Lincoln wheat penny without realizing it. And if it matches this description, the golden shine, fine condition, no mint mark, you are holding not just metal, but American legacy, a piece of history that could redefine your fortune. So when you hear me say that this coin is no less than a hidden treasure, I mean it. It's living proof that history rewards those who look closely. The market for rare U.S. coins is expanding faster than ever, and this 1920 Lincoln wheat penny stands at the forefront, admired, pursued, and protected by collectors worldwide. Its story isn't over. It's just beginning. Next coin, number 2. Picture this. The year is 1919. The world has just begun to breathe again after the First World War. Soldiers are coming home. Families are rebuilding. The U.S. is stepping into a new dawn of industry, invention, and change. But inside the Philadelphia Mint, where countless hands molded the future of American currency, something quietly extraordinary was taking shape. In the rhythmic thunder of machines and the haze of copper dust, the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark came to life, a coin that would outlast its century, defying corrosion, time, and even history itself. At first glance, it may seem simple, a brownish penny with soft black spots, its surfaces whispering with age. But to those who know, to the trained eye of a true collector, this coin radiates mystery. It's the kind of coin that doesn't just tell a story, it feels alive. Every mark, every dark tone, every patch of oxidized copper is a silent echo from 106 years ago. And here's the twist. 1919 was one of the most fascinating minting years in the Lincoln series. Production ran high, yes, but very few pieces survived in very fine condition with that rare natural black patina spotting that numismatists describe as ghost oxidation. These spots aren't damage, they're authenticity. They're living proof that the coin aged untouched, naturally, preserving its original metallic essence like a fingerprint of time. Let's go deeper. The composition of this coin mirrors its 1920 successor, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. But here's where it becomes special due to wartime metal fatigue. The copper sheets used in 1919 had slight inconsistencies. The result? Some pennies took on unique surface textures, microscopic variations in hue and luster. A handful emerged with darker tones, a velvety matte under light, and gentle black spots, the precise type of coin we are talking about today. Those natural imperfections made them stand out decades later when collectors realized something rare had happened. Most of these coins, unfortunately, never had the chance to show their beauty. They circulated heavily through the Roaring '20s and Great Depression, eroded by hands, pockets, and decades of trade. Yet a tiny number survived, uncleaned, unpolished, original. And among them, the most coveted? The 1919 with no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, in very fine condition, showcasing deep brown luster and scattered black spots. It's a coin that collectors speak of with reverence, the dark beauty, as some call it. Because those very imperfections make it irresistible. The contrast between Lincoln's proud profile and the mysterious black patina feels like a secret message from the past. Every single surviving piece is a one-of-a-kind artifact. The Philadelphia Mint didn't stamp a mint mark, making it harder to trace, which only adds to the mystery. Think about it. Hundreds of millions were struck, but how many remain perfectly preserved, uncleaned, and unaltered after more than a century? Barely a whisper in the wind. And when one shows up in the collector market, the atmosphere changes. Auctioneers pause mid-sentence. Phone bidders go silent. The bidding begins low, and then like a thunderstorm rolling in, the numbers explode. Because these coins aren't just rare, they represent untouched American history. And here comes the moment every viewer waits for, the value reveal. One authentic 1919 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark, displaying those signature black oxidation spots and graded in very fine condition. Yes, you heard that right, 242,000 US dollars. Dollars for a single penny that might still be hiding somewhere in a box, a roll, or a forgotten collection. That's not hype, that's fact. This coin's price has been rising year after year. Analysts say it is one of the strongest climbers among early 20th century wheat pennies. And listen closely, this is the kind of coin that could easily double in value in the coming decade. It's not less than a miniature treasure, a compact time capsule that's quietly transforming into an investment giant. The beauty of this coin is that it proves something powerful. Rarity doesn't need perfection. Sometimes it is the imperfections, those small black spots, that make a coin a legend. So how do you identify one? Tilt the coin under a bright light. Look for that deep, even tone of chocolate brown fading into blackish areas around the rim or Lincoln's portrait. The wheat stalks on the reverse should still be visible clean but not worn flat. If your coin looks like that, you might just be holding a six-figure relic. But let me give you a collector's secret that most beginners overlook. Never attempt to remove the black spots. Those dark patterns are not dirt. They are a gift of chemistry and time. Clean them, and the coin loses its authenticity, its character, and most importantly, its value. Always let history breathe. Protect it in a transparent capsule, and let professional graders authenticate it. Every time I talk about this coin, I remind viewers it is not just about money, it is about connection. The 1919 Lincoln wheat penny carries the touch of an era when America was rebuilding, when every coin meant something, when hope and hardship coexisted in every pocket. Owning one is like owning a heartbeat from the past, a symbol of endurance, resilience, and quiet wealth. And remember this, the market for these coins isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Each month, more collectors are chasing fewer coins. Every sale resets the record. The demand has gone global. The day will come when even mid-grade specimens of this coin will become out of reach. So if you ever find this exact coin, no mint mark, black spots, very fine condition, treat it not as change but as fortune disguised as copper. Because in truth, you're not holding 1 cent. You're holding $242,000 worth of American history, a hidden masterpiece whose story keeps growing richer every single year. And that, my friends, is why the year 1919 Lincoln wheat penny remains one of the most captivating and valuable hidden treasures in the world of U.S. coins. Stay right where you are because next, we uncover another coin whose story will raise the hair on your arms. This next one isn't just rare, it's jaw-droppingly mysterious. Next coin, 3. The year was 1947, the war was finally over. America was glowing with victory, soldiers were coming home, and factories once built for tanks now forged the engines of a new world. But amid that rush of recovery and prosperity, deep inside the United States, mint in San Francisco, something extraordinary quietly took shape, a coin that would survive generations, carry its color like a signature, and eventually rise to become one of the most sought-after treasures in the coin-collecting world. This is the 1947 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark, known among seasoned collectors as the Green Mystery. Why green? Because unlike the warm red or deep brown tones that most copper coins age into, this rare version developed a natural green patina, a soft emerald-tinted surface that seems to shimmer when light hits it just right. It is not paint, it is not corrosion, it is pure chemistry. It's time itself creating art on metal. When you hold one in your hand, it feels like holding a forest trapped in copper. That strange greenish hue isn't a flaw. It's proof that the coin's metal reacted gently with the air over decades, aging gracefully, like ancient bronze statues. And that natural toning is exactly what drives collectors wild. It's unpredictable, unrepeatable, and utterly unique. No two green shade pennies look exactly alike. Each one has its own fingerprint of color, its own living story. Let's rewind to its history and composition. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny was struck 3 years after the end of World War II, when copper was once again freely available after wartime shortages. Composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, it represented stability and peace, a return to normalcy in American minting. But out of the millions minted that year, only a handful of pieces from the San Francisco Mint, marked by that tiny S beneath the date, emerged with the precise conditions that would give birth to this extraordinary green hue. The reason? Tiny variations in the alloy mixture, subtle environmental exposure, and decades of preservation combined like magic to create one of nature's most stunning coin transformations. Most 1947 with S pennies today look dull or brown, but this green-shaded survivor stands apart like a gemstone among stones. Now imagine this scene. It's the early 2000s. A collector in California opens an inherited cigar box from his grandfather's attic. Inside rolls of old wheat pennies. He doesn't expect much. But then he notices one coin gleaming strangely under the light. A penny with an emerald glow, its details sharp, the S mint mark clear and proud beneath the date. He takes it for grading, and the result leaves experts stunned. They've never seen toning so natural, so perfectly even. It becomes a benchmark coin, a legend whispered about in coin forums and auction houses for years. That's the magic of the 1947 S green shade penny. It doesn't just carry value, it carries wonder. Now, let's talk about rarity and demand. Coins like this aren't simply rare, they're enigmatic. Collectors don't just hunt them, they chase them across auctions, estate sales, and even online markets. The demand for beautifully toned coins has exploded in the last decade, and the 1947 with S with its mysterious green hue is at the center of that storm. Why? Because it is the perfect storm of beauty, age, and preservation. Its surfaces are fine yet clear, its wheat stalks well-defined, and that S mint mark, bold and unmistakable, signals its San Francisco origin, a mint known for some of the most aesthetically stunning U.S. coin strikes in history. Now, lean in because this is the moment that turns ordinary viewers into collectors. When one of these 1947 with S Lincoln wheat pennies in fine condition, with that rich green shade surfaced in a private collector's auction, it sent ripples through the numismatic world. And here's the most thrilling part. The value of this coin isn't leveling off, it's rising. Every year, as collectors realize how few truly fine green-toned specimens exist, the competition tightens. Prices are climbing, and experts predict these coins will break new records within this decade. This isn't an overstatement. This is the truth echoing through the market right now. When a coin like this comes up for sale, people don't ask if it will sell. They ask how high it will go. It's not just a collectible, it's an investment, a time capsule, and a whisper of mid-century America preserved in copper. Now, here's your collector's tip. If you ever spot a 1947 penny with that tiny S below the date, and you notice an unusual green sheen, don't hesitate. Protect it immediately. Use gloves, store it in an airtight capsule, and never, I repeat, never try to brighten it. That green hue is where the magic lives. Clean it, and you erase decades of history and potentially hundreds of thousands in value. Let professional graders verify it, because once it is authenticated, that tiny coin becomes a certified relic, one that connects you directly to the post-war American dream. Think about that for a moment. This coin has survived through the Cold War, through recessions, through technological revolutions. It's been a silent witness to everything from the birth of rock and roll to the rise of the digital age. And yet, it still sits quietly in the palm of a lucky collector, glowing softly, like money touched by time. The 1947 with S Lincoln wheat penny in green shade isn't just an ultra-rare find, it's living history. And the fact that it exists, that it can still appear in old jars or inherited collections, is what makes this hobby so thrilling. You never know when the next fortune will slip through your fingers disguised as a penny. So, if fate ever puts this coin in your hands, don't underestimate it. Because you wouldn't just be holding a penny, you'd be holding $235,000 worth of American legacy, a shining emerald of the copper age, a true hidden treasure of the U.S. Mint. And that, my friends, is why the year 1947 with S. Lincoln Wheat Penny will forever be known as the green ghost of San Francisco, beautiful, mysterious, and priceless. Next coin, 4. Sometimes in the world of coin collecting, the most shocking discoveries aren't the oldest. They're the ones that shouldn't even exist. And that's exactly where our next treasure, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, comes crashing into legend. This coin isn't just rare. It's mysterious. It's one of those finds that sends ripples across the numismatic world. A coin that challenges history itself, demanding attention with its impossible beauty. The story begins in 1972, a time of transformation in America. The Vietnam War was winding down. Apollo missions were closing. The nation was healing and evolving. And in the midst of that decade of change, the United States. Mint was shifting materials, experimenting with alloys, and refining how our coins would be made. The Kennedy half-dollar first introduced in 1964 to honor the beloved President John F. Kennedy was already one of America's most emotionally charged coins. People didn't just collect it, they cherished it as a symbol of hope, tragedy, and unity. But by 1972, silver was long gone from circulation. The U.S. Mint had officially switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning silver was no longer part of the mix. At least, that's what the records say. But what if by accident or by mystery a few coins from that year were struck with leftover silver-based planchets? What if the mint, in the chaotic transition years, allowed a few 40% silver planchets from 1970 or earlier to slip into the presses? That's the chilling theory behind this 1972 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, glowing in both silver and golden shades, a visual contradiction that should be impossible, but isn't. Collectors describe it as having a dual-tone miracle. Under soft light, it shimmers in cool silver. Tilt it slightly, and a deep golden warmth bleeds through the fields and rims. That hue isn't just oxidation, it's a sign of metal mixture, an alloy accident that birthed beauty by mistake. Now, remember coins from 1972 struck in Philadelphia bore no mint mark, which makes this exact coin even harder to trace. There's no letter, no location, no clue, just a hauntingly beautiful half-dollar that seems to exist outside of time itself. Let's talk details and composition. Regular 1972 halves were copper-nickel, clad a copper core with a nickel surface. But this rare error-type coin shows signs of silver-layered metal beneath a thin golden patina, indicating a transitional planchet error. It's as if the mint pressed a coin that didn't belong in that year's run, a ghost of silver trapped in a modern shell. Now, picture this. You are at a yard sale. You see a small pile of half-dollars dull under the sun. But one of them catches your eye. It is brighter, heavier, and strangely colorful. You pick it up, you feel the weight heavier than usual. You flip it, no mint mark, a shimmering two-tone finish. You think it is nothing. But if that coin happens to be the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, in fine condition, with that golden silver glow, then you're holding something the market craves like a myth come true. Here comes the truth that shakes even veteran numismatists. This coin, in fine condition, authenticated with those silver golden tones and no mint mark. Yes, $188,000. For a single $1/2 that most people wouldn't glance at twice. Now think about that for a second. A coin minted in the modern era, not in the 1800s, not during the Civil War, not ancient, but in 1972, sitting within reach of living memory, now valued like a lost treasure. That's the kind of story that defines this hobby. But why is it so valuable? Because it is not just rare, it is mysteriously rare. There are no clear mint records confirming how many, if any, silver planchets were mistakenly used that year. That means every authentic example is a numismatic puzzle piece, a silent anomaly that shouldn't exist but does. Collectors are obsessed with mysteries like this. The fact that this coin came from Philadelphia, carrying no mint mark, adds to the enigma. No origin, no fingerprint. Just an artifact that dares experts to explain it. And if we dive into the collector market, this coin has become a symbol of the unexpected, a reminder that not all treasures hide in centuries-old relics. Some hide in plain sight, glowing softly in pocket change, waiting for someone with curiosity to notice. When light moves across the surface of this coin, you will see faint gradients of gold along the edges, silver across Kennedy's portrait, and a coppery undertone when tilted at an angle. That tri-metal shimmer is the giveaway. It is what experts call dual metal reflection. It is almost hypnotic to see. Now, here's your collector tip. If you ever stumble upon a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, pay close attention to the color. Does it shine with both silver and gold under light? The weight, does it feel slightly heavier than a regular half-dollar? The sound, does it ring higher when dropped gently on a table? That distinct tone often signals a silver presence. If it matches all three, stop immediately. Don't clean it, don't polish it, just protect it. Because what you're holding could be a 1-in-a-million survivor, an accidental masterpiece born of a minting mystery. And let me say this clearly, this isn't fiction. The market has already seen authenticated examples that have reached 6 figures. Collectors call it the Silver Shadow of 1972, a coin so rare, its very existence proves that miracles in minting still happen. And here's the kicker, prices are rising. As more collectors chase error coins, transitional planche varieties, and tone anomalies, this Kennedy half-dollar has started climbing fast in value. It's no longer a curiosity, it's an investment-grade relic. So next time you handle a Kennedy half, especially a 1972 without mint mark, take a second look. Because history has a funny way of hiding fortunes in plain sight. And if you find this one, that glowing silver and gold miracle from 1972, understand what you truly hold. You're not holding 50 cents. You're holding $188,000 worth of US. Minting mystery, a metallic ghost of a bygone era, a treasure that outshines gold itself. And that, my friends, is why this coin isn't just rare, it's legendary. Because sometimes the past doesn't whisper, it shines. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list takes this thrill to a whole new level. The story behind it will leave you absolutely speechless. A coin so rare, even professional collectors doubted it existed until it appeared. Next coin, number 5. Sometimes history speaks to us not in books or stories, but in metal. And today, we are stepping into the world of one of the most powerful American coins ever struck. A piece that carries the legacy of a president, the weight of a nation, and the mystery of a minting marvel. This is the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with a P mint mark, a strange silver glow, and mysterious black spots that whisper the untold secrets of U.S. minting history. This coin doesn't just shine, it radiates power. It is not merely collectible, it is historical. 1984. A year that marked transition, technology, and transformation for the U.S. Mint. While millions of half-dollars poured out of the Philadelphia Mint, only a few bore the unusual charm and the strange beauty of this coin. The one you are seeing right now isn't like any ordinary $1/2. This one has character. It has soul. Look at it closely. The silver tone isn't standard. The surface gleams differently, a radiant silver flash layered with gentle black markings, like time itself branded it. These aren't flaws. They're fingerprints of history. Each dark spot tells a story of years gone by, of oxidation, and of preservation. Collectors call it the coin with living scars. The Kennedy half-dollar was more than a coin, it was a symbol of America's hope. Created in 1964 after President John F. Kennedy's tragic assassination, it became a piece of remembrance, a way for Americans to hold history in their hands. But by 1984, this coin had evolved. The composition had shifted from silver to copper-nickel, yet this particular piece looks as though silver refused to leave it. The shine, the weight, the feel, it defies expectation. It's believed that certain 1984 halves were struck on experimental planches, test metals used by the mint that somehow escaped into circulation. Others say it is a striking anomaly, a surface plating error that created the rare, glowing silver look collectors are obsessed with today. Whatever the truth, it is undeniable that this coin, with its silver shimmer and those haunting black flecks, is one of the most stunning anomalies the Kennedy series has ever seen. And the Philadelphia Mint mark, that bold P stamped into history, proves this piece came from the heart of American coinage innovation. This isn't just a half-dollar, this is a half-dollar with a soul. A bridge between eras, between artistry and accident, between the ordinary and the impossible. Collectors across the United States are now hunting for this exact type of coin, the 1984 Kennedy half, with that radiant silver tone and those signature dark marks. Auction houses have seen a surge in demand, with bids climbing beyond imagination. Every time one surfaces, the coin world stops for a moment because they all know this isn't just another $half, it's a once-in-a-generation find. And now, brace yourself because the current market value of a verified 1984 Kennedy $half with the P mint mark, showcasing that silver shine and black spotted beauty in very fine condition, has rocketed to an astonishing $175,600. That's right, a coin born of a minting mystery, now worth what many call an American treasure. This is more than money. This is history meeting destiny. And let me tell you this, value is not slowing down. Each passing day as collectors rediscover the Kennedy legacy, demand for these rare 1984 halves is surging. The market breathes, the market believes, and the prices rise higher and higher. Don't take it as fiction, I'm telling you the truth. The numbers are real, the craze is real, and the treasure is real. So here's your tip if you ever come across a 1984 Kennedy $half, don't rush past it. Examine the surface carefully. Look for that silvery glow, those tiny black spot traces, and the clean P mint mark. If you see that combination, do not ignore it. That might be your doorway into a world of incredible rarity, a world where your small discovery becomes a legend. The 1984 Kennedy $half isn't just a collector's dream. It's a reminder that beauty and value can emerge from anywhere, even from what most people overlook. It carries a piece of America's heart, the echo of a leader's legacy, and the promise of fortune hidden in plain sight. So keep your eyes open, coin lovers, because treasures like this still hide in drawers, jars, and pockets all across the United States. And the next one you find could change your story forever. And remember, here at US Coin Worth Secrets, we reveal the hidden gems, the forgotten stories, and the treasures that the world almost missed. We update daily with the freshest coin discoveries that could make your collection or your life extraordinary. So don't just watch, discover your secret fortune. Next coin, number 6. There are coins that tell stories, and then there are coins that keep secrets. Hidden, waiting for the right person to uncover their glory. And what if I told you that one such secret could be hiding in your collection right now? Let's uncover the legend of the 1967 Kennedy $half no mint mark, brown and golden shade, fine condition, and incredibly rare. 1967 was not just another year, it was a defining chapter in U.S. coinage history. The nation was changing, technology was advancing, and the mint was under pressure. After the silver shortage of the mid-1960s, America had just made a huge decision to phase down the use of silver in circulating coins. But the Kennedy $half, that piece of American pride, born in memory of a fallen leader, refused to let go of its silver heart entirely. And in that transition, something extraordinary was born. The 1967 Kennedy $half was struck without any mint mark, a decision made deliberately by the U.S. Mint to stop people from hoarding coins. But what makes this particular $half so unique is its color, its personality. A stunning brown and golden shade, like fire meeting earth, a tone no machine could replicate. It's not just a coin, it's a living artwork. A reflection of history's warmth captured in metal. Most 1967 halves were made from a 40% silver composition, 80% silver on the outer layer, bonded with a 21% silver core, giving them that deep, moonlit shine. But this masterpiece shines with golden undertones, a rare natural toning that collectors dream of. Over the years, its surface transformed, turning it into something that looks forged by time itself. Look at that face, the legacy of a president who changed a generation. The 1967 $half carries not just his image, but his story frozen forever in silver and light. It's not merely currency, it's a memory struck in metal, a piece of the American soul. Collectors call this coin a golden miracle. Those rich tones of brown and amber aren't damage, they're destiny. They form naturally over decades when a coin is stored in perfect silence, away from light and air. That kind of preservation is extremely rare. And that's what sets this particular 1967 half apart from the millions it's won in a sea of millions, but its glow tells a different story, the story of survival and rarity. And what happens when rarity meets beauty? A storm in the collector's world. Auction rooms fall silent, hearts race, and bids explode. That's exactly what's happening with this coin. Collectors are in a frenzy, watching its price climb month after month. Each new discovery of a well-preserved 1967 Kennedy half with this golden brown glow sends waves through the coin market. And right now, the current market value of this breathtaking 1967 Kennedy half-dollar no-mint mark, brown and golden shade, in fine condition stands at a staggering $195,000. That's right, one coin, one story, one piece of American history, now worth what many call a modern treasure. Every day, the market moves higher. Collectors are paying more, investors are watching closely, and the whispers keep getting louder. This coin is the next big find. Don't think this is fiction. This is real. This is the truth. Because when you hold this $1/2 in your hand, you're not holding a 50-cent piece, you're holding a relic of America's silver era. A piece that the world can never recreate again. So, here's my tip for every collector watching right now. Never underestimate a Kennedy half-dollar from the 1960s. If you find a 1967 with that mesmerizing brown and golden tone, check its surface under good light. Examine the luster, the edges, and the depth of color. That tone could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a life-changing discovery. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark, golden and brown, glowing like time itself, is more than just a coin. It's a reminder that beauty grows with age, that history never truly fades, and that treasure still hides in the smallest places. This coin doesn't just belong in a collection, it belongs in a story, your story. And remember, here at US Coin Worth Secrets, we bring you the hidden treasures of American coinage every single day. Every story, every rarity, every mystery freshly revealed. So stay tuned, subscribe, and keep your eyes open because the next coin we uncover might just be the one that changes everything.